My parents were both alcoholics, so there was never much love shown in the household. I never used to see my dad hitting my mum, but we knew that was going on because we would be sent up to our rooms and we could hear the commotion going on downstairs. So when I used to go to school and look on the schoolyard and see other families together, I used to always think, why isn't my family like that? And then at a very young age, an incident happened in the house where my dad sexually abused my elder sister, so he was taken out the home. And then mum got worse into drinking, and we were taken in the care of the social services, and they told us that we would be there for a week. We ended up staying there for close to 5 years. So when I was at the age of 11, I went home, and mum was mum for a while. She would have birthdays, we would have Christmases, which something was very foreign to us. We didn't experience that as a child. It was like the family that I'd always wanted. But then she started to drink again. I just was taken back to when I was younger, so to dull the experiences of what was happening in the home, I started to drink and smoke pot myself, and that was about the age 12, 13. I got involved with a boy. After seeing him for 3 years, he told me that he didn't want to be with me anymore, and I asked him the reason why, and he said because of all the weight that I'd put on. And I knew an older crowd of people that I was hanging around with, and they introduced me to amphetamines, and instead of ingesting it through my mouth, I got them to put it in a syringe and put it straight in my arm because I was so desperate to lose the weight and keep that relationship. I was on amphetamines close to 9 months. He never took me back. He actually slashed me with a Stanley blade from the top of my neck to the bottom of my shoulder. And then in that time, I got so emaciated, I wasn't sleeping. I needed another drug to combat the drug that I was taking. So somebody introduced me to heroin, and it did everything that I wanted it to do. It completely numbed me. I didn't have to think about the person that I was. I didn't have to feel rejected. I didn't have to feel abandoned. It just completely made me this person that I wasn't. Then for 10 years, I did everything I said I wouldn't do to feed my habit. I became a prostitute on the streets of the UK. I was classed as a prolific shoplifter. I was constantly in and out of prison. You know, I'd do at least 2 to 3 prison sentences a year, just 3 months here, 3 months there, and I wasn't living. Every day I would get up and I would think, who am I going to rob today? Who am I going to steal money from today? Who am I going to sleep with today? That was my life, was just constantly thinking about how I was going to fund my habit. We'd have no money for food and we didn't have any clean clothes. And the guys that I was with told me, Kim, I know where we can get some food and some clean clothes. And it was actually the Betel soup kitchen that they were doing. So we went there, and I sat around a table with a group of women who were in Betel at that time. They told me that they were free, and they were laughing and smiling, and they weren't on a methadone script or anything. And I kept thinking in the back of my mind, how can this be possible? I'd never seen anybody break through from addiction and be smiling and be happy. So I just took one of the flyers, I put it in my back pocket, and then a week later, I got myself into a situation where I'd stole somebody's pub takings, and they weren't people that you messed around with, and they would actually, I would be dead. So I thought to myself, what am I going to do? I had nowhere I could run to. I had no family that would take me in, and I turned around and the Betel flyer was on the floor next to my bed, and then I picked that flyer up and I ran down the telephone box, and I had an interview at 2 o'clock that day, and they said to me, Kim, when do you want to come in? I said, I need to come in today. And by 4 o'clock I was actually in Betel. And then I was here about 2 months, and an American prayer team came over and they said, Kim, do you want to go in for a prayer session? And I was like, okay, what the heck? Can't do me any bad. So I went in for this prayer session, and it was like they knew everything about me. They told me how God saw my heart I knew that I'd always wanted a family, and He placed me in the family that I'd always wanted. They read my heart, and that set me on my own journey of seeking a relationship and finding Jesus. And my life has completely been transformed, and it's nothing that I've done. It's the power of the gospel, of letting Jesus into my life and not just change the exterior, but really transform my heart and my thinking. And I live a completely different life. I have a wonderful husband. I have 2 wonderful kids, and I've been restored to everything that was so desolate to me. So life is completely different today.